Hey everyone, welcome back to the Suburban Homesteader. Today is going to be a big garden update, predominantly the backyard. I won't go into the front yard, but we're going to do a big garden update to give you guys an idea of what we've got growing at the moment. So let's get started. Alright everyone, so you would have seen from our garlic prep and plant out beds that this is our main garlic bed. So we have 4 rows. We've got the white Australian white garlic, the 2 Gongaskis and the elephant garlic interplanted with some marigolds. We did put up recently on our Instagram page, the Suburban Homesteader AUS, that about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, some cockatoos came through and decimated a lot of the veggie patches, like the lettuce, the kales, the marigolds, some of the parsley and these garlics. So 6 of the elephant garlics got hammered. Out of the 6, this one was probably by far the most destroyed because, a lot of the garlic, it looks like it had been pulled apart. But look, it's starting to shoot a little bit, so I have an feeling it might rot out, but we'll see. But with the other 5, so you got about, 4 or 5 centimeters above ground with the bulbs intact. So it'll be interesting to see how these ones go, with the ones that remain intact here. So we've got about 4 of the elephant garlics that remained intact. So will they have enough to continue to grow, photosynthesis and stuff, will it have the same growth and the same bulb size at the end of harvest time, with the same of these full intact ones? We'll soon see. Now, interestingly enough, the Dongaski, that was probably one of the first ones to start shooting really well. But yeah, I've never grown this particular variety, but as you can see, rather than the elephant garlics and all the ones that I've had previously where the leaves come up, these ones are kind of sprawled out onto the garden bed. So as you can see, they don't really raise up too high off the garden bed. I don't know if that's normal for garlic or if it's just this particular variety, but they're kind of sprawled out over the garden bed. Only one of the Dongaskis got attacked by the cockatoos, so this one just here. So I'll leave that in again and see what happens. Actually, no, two, this one as well. This one doesn't look like it'll actually go well. And with the Australian white garlic, it's probably one of the most disappointing ones from the get-go. We initially had 1 or 2 maybe sprout, and then they kind of died. And then we've got this one here, which is probably by far the strongest of that particular variety. And then another one that shooted off here as well. But compared to the rest of them, it's the only one that hasn't really taken off, and I would not be growing in that one again. So that's the garlic bed update. Alright, so this is our enclosed bed. Up again on the trellis, I've got the snow peas, and I've got them here, and I've got them on the trellis over here, which I'll show you. I originally thought they were going to die. They just weren't taking off. They looked like they were going to, cark it. But they came back, so we'll see how it goes. I keep intertwining them along the trellis, and we're getting some flowers, so I'm hoping, we can start picking snow peas soon, which the kids will love. I got some rocket growing, between the netting and the trellis, and some marigolds. So this is our enclosed bed. We actually got this a long time ago, and we used it when we had chicks. We put it in the chicken run, and it was just a nice little enclosure, and it actually worked really well. This is the first time I'm using it for actual veggies. So we've already harvested a lot of lettuces in here. I've just popped in some rainbow chard. I don't eat a lot of that. Some of it we'll keep, some of it we'll probably give to the chickens. I got some more lettuces. Kale I mainly grow for the chickens. I'm not a huge fan of kale. We've got some lettuce here that we'll probably need to harvest, and either for ourselves or the chickens. And we've got some broccolis that I really need to harvest. So there's this one over here. So this formed a nice big head, and then there's this one over here which also has a little offshoot. I will have a look at harvesting them and probably blanching them and freezing them like I've done before. These ones here, this one and this one, I think I put them in as, I think they're supposed to be cauliflower. I don't think I did a cabbage this year, but they're all leaf and no cauliflower head at the moment. So we'll see how they pan out. But I've just shoved a lot of stuff in here. There's some more, another lettuce hiding underneath there. I try and put some quick crops in while the other ones take a bit longer. So that's this bed. The garden netting's been really good with keeping the white cabbage moths out. So, you know, the brassicas are actually going pretty well in there. Over here, some kale and lettuces were just decimated in here as well from the cockatoos. I need to harvest some of these beetroots. There's probably 3 here that really needed to be harvested soon. That one's probably definitely today. I got some more rocket. We do like our salad greens. I planted in some more cauliflowers on this bed, as well as intermingled some more beetroot and some more lettuces. You know, the lettuces and the beetroots will be harvested a bit sooner than the cauliflower. It's probably getting a bit late for the brassicas to be putting them in, but, you know, I'm going to give it a go. Put some more kale in for chickens, and I've got some rocket and some flowers and lettuce here as well. So I like to interplant some, and parsley. Parsley's going great at the moment. I like to interplant flowers among the beds. All right, so this is another really good productive bed. I popped in some leftover garlic when I put them in. One's remain untouched. The other 2 were kind of touched a little bit from the cockatoos. Got plenty of lettuces going. Got some more growing as well as a succession crop. Some herbs, more flowers, snow peas, and then the celery, which I'm going to start to harvest today as well. That's been looking really healthy and green and lush. And yeah, so they're the 4 garden beds. I did, when I picked up some more seedlings today, I got some sweet peas, flowers, and I'm interplanted them between the snow peas. I'm hoping that will send up a really nice, you know, colour. Hopefully it won't crowd out our snow peas too much, but I guess, you know, it's a bit of an experiment. I like colour in the garden. My winter gardens tend to be more green than anything else. So that's our veggie beds. I'll show you our fruit trees now. So a bit of a fruit tree update. We'll head into the chicken coop first, and then I'll show you our potatoes, our strawberry tower, our bananas and our apples and things like that too, as well as some other flower seedlings that I've got starting up and we'll probably be planting out very soon. So we've got two citrus trees. That's a mandarin tree, and I think it's supposed to be lime, but I think the lime graft failed. We definitely need to harvest the rest of these mandarins, otherwise they'll probably just rot on the tree. Over here is a lemon and I think orange. We harvested a couple of lemons, maybe 1 orange, but it's full of flower. But it's full of flowers. Oh, my bad, I accidentally pulled some off. But it's full of flowers, so I don't know if we'll be getting another harvest. But I really need to prune these citrus trees a bit more and keep them a bit more, you know, a bit more controlled. I've kind of planted them in the ground and just let them go. They are dual grafted from fruit tree salad trees, whatever it is. This is the company in Queensland. I probably wouldn't purchase those kind of trees again, just because, yeah, you've got to really maintain them and sometimes grafts fail. But yeah, we'll see how they go. Some little colour on the fence along with our repurposed iron. Now this is our new mango tree. It's going really well. It's got some new growth happening at the moment. This is our Florigan that we picked up at the Collectors Plant Fair in Penrith, and it's going really well in the ground. Wormwood, we had these in pots in the middle of what used to be our 2 compost beds here, and it looked like it was going really well. Chickens had going in it. I used to always harvest it and put it in the chicken coop, and in their roosting areas, and then it died and we tipped it out, and it's actually, this is what it's done by itself. So it's actually going really well. I still harvest it. I don't really touch it though. This is our avocado tree that was gifted to us. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to top or chop one of the, I probably should, and that this part of the seedling, and that way it will just put more growth into this one. I know I should do it. I just hate doing stuff like that. That's why I hate thinning as well. But look, this has some new growth on it too, which will be fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to being able to harvest our own avos. Through here, I do want to put some like lavenders, lemongrass, rosemaries. One for a bit of colour, but two, I like to chop and put it in the chicken coop. So, you know, just for pest deterrents, like for mosquitoes and all that kind of stuff. So I do like to put them in there. Over here, let's walk through a new watering system. I'm going to be doing a video on our chicken tour, our chicken coop tour system soon. So stay tuned for that. But this is our mango. Now it's interesting. In a previous video during the summer months, I had it covered in shade cloth. Now, interestingly enough, like it has 4 main branches coming off the main, and only 2 of them really took off. So these 2 that are kind of staked up to the stakes, and the other 2 never really took off. So I'm not sure. I've never grown mangoes, and this is a dwarf Allison Red from Dali's Fruits in Queensland. So I'm really looking forward to being like harvesting these mangoes. But it's just interesting that, you know, 2 of them took off, and the other 2 kind of remain dormant. So I have to do a bit more research and have a think about what I'm going to do with that. Now this was a mandarin, imperial mandarin, that was gifted to us quite some time ago. It was neglected for many years in a big pot, and I put it in the ground, and it's going well. We just haven't had any harvest from it, but we're just babying it right now, and hopefully we get something out of it. If we don't, I might have to look at putting in something else here that's productive. All right, along here is our apple and pear Espalier method trees. So a little while ago we had planted, we got some 4 different varieties, or a couple of different varieties. We've got Shinseki, Ninjiseki, I think I pronounced them right, pears. They're both companion, you know, cross-pollinate really well. And then I also got Tropical Anna, Tropical Sweet and Golden Dorset apples. So we're doing the Espalier method along here. You might have seen our other video as to how we were setting it up. And you know, when you do prune fruit trees, you do have that little bit of worry in the back of your mind whether it's going to work. And look at that, it's starting to bud up and look really good. So I'm looking forward to the growth. Had some herbs in here, so I got lemon thyme and creeping thyme. The nitrogen fixer that I had in here, the pinto peanut, that I planted in between the fruit trees as a bit of a boost for nitrogen for these trees. I think I put it the wrong time of year. They I think the frost got to them because they're so young. We've had it previously when we were living up in the Blue Mountains, and it established really well. It's like a really good ground cover, and it really like carpeted a lot of the areas in our old house. So I'm definitely going to give it a go because it is a good nitrogen fixer. And really helps give a boost to the fruit trees. In the moment, I put some new seedlings in here to try and maximize our growth space. So like I said, we've got some herbs going, popped in some more lettuces, got some marigolds, got some snapdragons, some violas. That's one of the other times that I've got in here. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Fruit trees are looking good so far. So yeah, once it starts to have a bit more growth, and you know, we'll give a bit of an update later on. Other strawberry that I planted right in the corner here is also going very well. I'll show you our other strawberry tower, which I don't think I put the video out yet. I'm going to be updating it and probably putting it out soon. I'll give you a tour of our banana alley. So this is the start of our banana alley. So this is the one that we had originally. I think we got it back in 2018 when we were living up the mountains. It's supposed to be a dwarf ladyfinger. It was neglected for so long in a pot for years since then, and we finally popped it in the bed. So I had to take away some of the younger pups, and I was going to think about taking down what we call the grandmother stem, but I kind of decided to leave it in to see how it goes. If I need to take it out, I will. It'll be more of a chop-drop method, so I'll chop it and drop it, and it'll help feed the plants. We really need to top up these beds, so like we only put mushroom compost and some other things in here not too long ago, and over that time the bed has absolutely dropped. So we do need to get some more in here, as well as another banana. I want to put another banana in here. I'm just trying to figure out what variety I like, dwarf variety that I would like. So we've got the other 2 in these beds here. We have the dwarf Nathan and the dwarf red Dakar. We popped these two in here, so they're about 6 or 8 months old by the time we popped them in. So they'll go really nicely and provide some really good edible privacy screen. And then we are looking at doing some ground covers. I don't know if we'll do sweet potato or whatever. If you have any ideas, pop it in the comments below. I would like to put some into plant, whether it's flowers, you know, anything that we could utilize, whether it's edible or help with the pollinators. So if you have any ideas of what we can interplant with the bananas, that'll be great. And if you have any other variety options that we could look at, particularly dwarf variety that we could look at, let me know as well. So we've got the dwarf ladyfinger, dwarf red ducker, and dwarf Nathan. And yeah, we are looking at getting a whole load of compost in, and we'll be topping them up hopefully soon. Now these are our potatoes. So you would have seen our potato video. We only got 3. I sacrificed one for my son to play with his new little excavator thing. But I do need to top these up. So as you can see, the growth above the soil level is raised. And they're looking really healthy. And this is only one of the varieties that have actually gone really well. The other variety, look, I was supposed to put the names down on the pots. Completely forgot. But I dare say these are the same two. But we do need to top it up desperately. But they're looking really good and healthy. So you normally top it up and you want about, say, 10 centimeters. So I'll actually probably top it up all the way to the top of these pots. But, you know, if you had bigger pots like this one over here, you do want to have it so they're about 10 centimeters. So look at that. I need to really top them up. But they're looking really good, really healthy. This one's, look, it's only just started. So this is probably a later harvest variety. But, you know, it's starting to sprout. So we'll see how it goes. And then I'll just keep an eye on that as to whether I need to top that up. But so far, so good. So if you ever thinking about if you want to grow potatoes or how you're going to grow potatoes, pots is what I'd highly recommend. Alright, so a bit of an update with the strawberry tower. I don't actually think I've put the video out yet. But we did a strawberry tower. Stay tuned for that upcoming video. Overall, it's looking pretty. We had to make some adjustments to get it to where it is now. It's about a few months on. Definitely easing due for water. It's the only downside with having pots and particular systems like this where, you know, it's such a small reservoir that you're going to have to water a bit more frequently. So it is a little bit dried out. But overall, it's looking pretty good considering. And we've even got some flowers coming through. Now, the update with the dahlias or the dahlias. Initially, they went really well. I was really happy with how they were going. Then we had like a really big caterpillar infestation. They were getting hammered. And then I think it was just that time of year where they die back as well. So I did end up contacting the nursery a little bit a while ago now. And they said there's going to be a bit of dieback. Just cut them back. And then you can either, pull them out, store them, or leave them in place. Initially, I left them in place. But I was thinking, I actually want something that's, whether it's always flowering or always green, because it will provide a bit of a nice little privacy color hedge to the deck. And it'll just look really good on the deck with it, like a bit of color. So I don't know whether, I was thinking originally before I even got dahlias that I was going to do roses or thornless roses. But I was a bit unsure. But so if you've got any ideas of what I could put here, I will probably end up taking them out, the tubers out, seeing what they're like, whether they're, absolutely destroyed or if they're usable. And I'm going to put them somewhere else. So I'm going to have a look at doing that soon. So let me know what you think. Like I said, they're in pots within, pots, so to speak. And they do get a lot of sun. I will have to hand water them. So let me know what you think would look really good here. Ideally, I want some sort of colour to brighten up the deck. So put down in the comments below what you think I should put here. And then that way, once I get the tubers out and put them elsewhere in the garden, I can have something else here instead. All right, and last but not least, so these are the flower seedlings that we've been doing, as well as some succulents and stuff and indoor plants. They've been going really well. Some of them died. But some of them are going really well. So we do have another apple fruit tree. I think this is a tropical sweet, I think it is. No, the golden Dorset, sorry. And then we've got a grape. So the grape that we do want to put at the front of our property along a boundary fence line. Bit of a privacy edible hedge, but I haven't done that yet. Probably should soon. And then I did pot up our apple fruit tree into a slightly bigger pot, and I'll do that until I'm ready to plant it out. Got some ideas, some new beds that I might share later on. But I've got some succulents, got the snake plant, or the mother-in-law's tongue. Got a variety of different flowers, from daisies. We do have poppies. We did do dahlias, cosmos, echinacea, things like that. So we're going to be having a look at planting them out because they're looking really healthy. I actually upsized these a few months ago, maybe a month or two ago now, and they're looking amazing. So I'm going to have to look at planting them out soon. These two seedlings I got at the markets today. These are chilies. I think they're a banana chili, I think it is. It's supposed to be a sweet variety. So I'm going to have a look at putting them potentially out in the front, or maybe in pots. The main reason being is I will be putting in some capsicum plants in here when I'm ready for the next season's crop. And you don't want chili plants too close to your other nightshades, like your capsicums, because they can cross-pollinate and you can get a hybrid between the two. I don't really want a spicy capsicum just in case the kids eat it. But yeah, so I will have a look at separating them. Maybe, like I said, maybe in the pot or out the front yard. But yeah, so the seedlings are looking really well, and I'll put them out very soon. Hey everyone, so thank you for watching. That's our garden update. Like I said, keep an eye out for some other videos that we'll be posting very soon. Strawberry Tower is going to be one of them. But yeah, so thank you for watching. The garden's going really well at the moment. As you can see, I try and pack a lot of things into my beds. My beds are about 1.2 by 2.4, and I try and maximize it as much as possible. So I am planting in fruit tree beds, and I'm going to look at putting some other stuff in with the bananas, but we'll see how it goes. If you have any comments, let me know about the ground covers and other varieties of flowers that we can grow in those big pots on the deck. But let me know what you're doing at home. What are you growing? How is it going? Do you have different varieties of fruit trees? Definitely keep me, let me know what you're doing. I'd love to know what people are doing in other parts of Australia or even the world. So stay tuned for other videos. Thank you for watching. You can head to our YouTube channel, which is this one, Suburban Homesteader AUS. Please like and subscribe to the channel, as well as our Instagram page, which is the Suburban Homesteader AUS as well. So that way you see a bit more of a daily update of what we're doing. So thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.